Hey folks, David Beckett. Whoa, there's no light at all in here. Look at that. Hope you're all doing well. This will be another nice little my thoughts on a movie that I just saw. Yeah, I don't know if you can see out there or not, but I'm in the drop lot of my company's semi-trailer drop-off staging area of the company, and I just got back from watching Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Let me see if I can't set this phone camera, such as it is, up and just take my ease as I do this. Is this going to work or not? Yeah. Who gives a care? Anyway, like I said, it's David coming at you with another quick review. I really miss doing these, and thought I'd go ahead and jump on here and strike while the iron's hot, having just watched the movie not an hour ago. Give my thoughts on it. Alright, here we go. Alright. I feel like I'm on one of those couches with a psychiatrist. Have you explain all your trauma to them and they try and sort through your brain. Alright. First things first. I liked that first film. I enjoyed it so much at the movie theater years back. What was it, 3 or 4 years ago? I'm not going to look at IMDb either. I'm just going to take my ease and just tell you what I saw right off the bat. And I got to say something. I only watched this movie because of the spectacle of it. I don't have even one Aquaman comic book from when I was a kid. I never had a single Aquaman comic book, and it's really something that I enjoy this movie, and the first one especially, as much as I did, since I didn't grow up with the character at all. I was more Marvel than DC as far as any comic books I had when I was a kid, and yeah. So, first things first, I did enjoy it. I went in cold, didn't want any spoilers, didn't want to know what happened. I was just kind of put out by how much hate, or dislike at any rate, that this movie has gotten online with people. It's like it's not doing well at all at the box office. They got all the memes of Jason Momoa saying, "Amber, you ruined my movie," like blaming her. I wasn't thinking about any of that. I wasn't thinking about her being a terrible person with her horrible things that she did at all when I was watching the movie, because just like the first film, it's underwater people. it's not mer people. It's Atlanteans. For crying out loud! There was something about that first film. I said it in my review that I put up years back on the channel that YouTube has just destroyed for reasons that I think are stupid and unreasonable. All my reviews went down, so I'm starting over after all these years of saying, nah, I'm not even going to worry with YouTube. I'm going to start doing these reviews again. I said this in that first review. Something about it made me think of a fairy tale way of storytelling instead of a comic book. And that's the way I said it in that review. And I just enjoyed it. It was, for me, listening to the news the way I do as I drive the truck, 48 states, not that many these days, but still, as I'm an over-the-road driver, trying to keep my mind going as I'm driving. I listen to all kind of stuff, and there's just so much negativity, so much bad news, that I need escapism movies. And that first film, Aquaman, really, I enjoyed it so much. It was like I didn't want to leave these characters. That's how into it I got. And again, I didn't even grow up with these characters. I didn't grow up with this story. It was just crazy man Jason Momoa just chewing up the screen, just being himself. I think just being this not out of control, but just like larger than life figure. He made it fun. Even this one, which I don't think is as good as the first film, in some ways, and then other ways I think is better. He made it fun. And it was very obvious that Amber Heard had less to do than she did in the first film. She was like crucial in the plot of the first film, and getting Aquaman into the situation to get the plot rolling, trying to recruit him to go face his destiny and all this stuff. And I was getting kind of lonely not seeing, again, spoiler alert, I'll put spoilers in the title of this video, Willem Dafoe or Nicole Kidman in this movie. It's like I kind of missed them. I really enjoyed seeing them in the first film, and then boom, there was Nicole Kidman. So there was at least one, and they made it this sorry excuse of how his mentor, the character that Willem Dafoe played, Aquaman's childhood teacher and his mentor, had died of some sorry global warming poison. And that's what. It didn't kill the movie. It just tainted it ever so slightly. The political stuff with the global warming, they hit you. It's not overbearing. It's not. They fitted in really well as far as what the villain was trying to do. Black Manta's back, and he's discovered the Lost Kingdom Trident, this evil thingamajig that so reminds me of Sauron. I'm telling you, they were going for that kind of a thing. When, if you'll just do this, you'll be mine. But he's deceiving you, and it's just he wants to be released from his self-imposed, well, not self-imposed, his brother defeated him. You find out all that in the movie. Again, if you want to just have some fun, I say watch the movie. I don't consider it a waste of money at all, especially for me in my situation. I'm here at this drop lot a day early. Hopefully I'll be home tomorrow by about noon. And I thought, you know what, instead of sitting here for 2 hours and doing next to nothing, if not nothing, maybe I would make myself read more of the book that I'm reading. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I would just jump online and see if anybody's online. But you know what? I thought, you know what? Let me take this opportunity instead of my weekend to see this movie that I wanted to see, because I really like seeing the big stuff at the movie theater. It goes loud and bang and explode. The big explosion movies, and where you know the production, even if it's just a lot of CGI stuff. I want to see those kind of movies that I think I would enjoy at the theater as opposed to later on down the line. And don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of stuff that I've just skipped over because I'm like, why bother with it? I know I'm not going to enjoy it, but I actually did enjoy this. And again, going back to what I was starting to say in the beginning, I know I'm all over the place here, but who cares? I had heard online that it's just a sorry excuse, that it's not a good movie, and what a pitiful way to end the DCEU. I know a lot of people love these Zack Snyder movies. There's almost like a cult following, like a serious hardcore group that they just love it, and he can do no wrong and stuff. I speak only for myself. It's my opinion. I didn't enjoy Batman v Superman, Batman vs Superman. I didn't even watch that Wonder Woman movie because there's something about it that just didn't quite catch me. I thought maybe I'll go back and watch it one day, but I never have. And then they made the sequel to that, and I hear through the grapevine that she basically rapes a guy because her deceased love interest from the first movie, Chris Pine, is dwelling in the body now. She's brought him back, and they do it. And whoever this man's body is, he didn't really consent to the whole thing, and he doesn't know what's going on, and she's got to just learn to live. It sounded too stupid and just too... Something about it was just unacceptable to me. I didn't even bother with that one, and people didn't really like it anyways. What else is there? Oh, the Justice League. Oh man, I didn't hate that movie, but I just wish that those characters had been given more of a foundation, more of a build-up to really flesh out what those characters are about. It all just seems so rushed, and big time rushed. They wanted that Marvel movie, that Marvel money, and they didn't get it. And it's their own fault. It's DC's own fault. But Man of Steel was hit and miss. I wish Ben Affleck's Batman had been given his own movie with Jeremy Irons. And for people to be saying, "Oh, what a terrible way to end this," I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, that positive note that the first movie ended with, and then also this one, to me, it's just empty popcorn fun movie. It's escapism for me. I know maybe it's not doing justice in the minds of a lot of the hardcore fans. I speak only for the movie that I just saw. It hit the spot. Does it have a lot of rewatchability? Probably not. I say that, but it's only because so many of these movies where all kinds of stuff happens, you don't really know what. Like maybe, for instance, Michael Bay in his Transformer movies, where it's like, I'm about to have a seizure trying to really focus in on what's happening in the fight. It's happening so quick. There's a fundamental disagreement I have about that. Oh, what a sorry thing. As far as I'm concerned, the DCEU wasn't properly built up in the first place, and so I don't want to forward any criticism that I think is just beyond the pale. It's just too much to hammer this movie. I mean, there was stuff in it that was goofy and kind of childish, juvenile, between Jason Momoa and his brother, the two brothers in the story. But to me, it was just fun. It was just fun, like the eating of the cockroach and getting him to do that, and he actually did it. Whereas he had made her, Amber Heard's character, eat those flowers, and then no, he ate them after she did. After she's like, "Oh, you just eat stuff here on the surface world." Anyways, the convolutedness of the story again. It provided that little bit of escapism for me where, as I mentioned earlier, so much negativity goes through my mind because I listen to the news so much. A movie like this that I actually did look forward to, at least a little bit, when I sit down and I watch it, I have my family with me, and I forget everything in the world, literally. Get into this story a little bit. In the theater, everything's dark, and just watching this crazy, insane story of people who live under the water. I didn't want to repeat James Cameron's criticism from the first one because he's such an ocean explorer. How do they do this? How do they swim? Well, William Dafoe told you you're the microscopic or whatever fins, and it projects you through the water. If you're an Atlantean, duh. That's how they do it. You got to suspend your imagination and get into the story. But something about this one reminds me of that complaint he has, like he can't really get. James Cameron says he can't really get into it. I'm like, there was something about this one that I want to say I couldn't really get into, but I just can't remember what that was now because it's just from the first scene, the stuff with his baby and that. Okay, I'm not for the music selection all the time. I admit that. What in the world was that? Foreigner Journey? What was that? I can't remember what it was, but I was like, maybe we should find something new. We should. Is there no good rock music that carries the mood for the beginning and ending of this one? But maybe there's not. But Jason Momoa sure did. He made it fun. I always liked the back and forth he had with his brother from the first film. And I will say this. They had me going at the end when it was getting kind of emotional. How's this thing going to end when, again, you'll understand if you've seen it. Because I thought that I had saw online where somebody said, I actually enjoyed it, but what happened at the end? That upset me. Like that last assassin came out of nowhere. I thought I read something like that. And so I was kind of getting kind of nervous at the end, like, oh great, what's going to happen? But nothing really happened. The worst thing that happened was when his dad, Django Fett, gets stabbed He says, "I want to leave you alive so he can watch you die." That's Black Manta. But he didn't die. Jango Fett didn't die. And I liked him from the first movie. And again, the man in the lighthouse and the woman out of the sea. It was the whole fairy tale way of telling that first movie that it sucked me in, and it just seemed different to me than the way a lot of comic book superhero movies had gone about telling their story. I enjoyed that movie. I was looking forward to this one. I can see why people poo-poo some things about it for this reason. It seems like it was getting kind of presumptuous in terms of just the pace. You just believe us as we're going along. Just go with this. It's Black Manta again, which there's finally closure if you've seen the film with how it ends for him. I wish they had given his the final scene that you see of him a little bit more. The camera's at this angle, like looking at him, where you can say, I wish the camera had been angled more like toward him and zoom in on his eyes in this last bit of this rage moment that he has. I won't tell the end, even though I've already said spoilers, but it's the ending of Manta's part in the film, and Aquaman had reached out a hand of mercy, like he was going to help him. I don't think he would have been doing that if his dad had actually died. I just don't, because the whole thing was about the guy trying to get revenge on how he thinks Aquaman killed his father just because he wouldn't help them both out of the submarine and blah, blah, blah. That guy who plays Manta, he, I don't know if it's a fair criticism or not. I liked him better as Manta in the first film, but I guess it's because of the kind of character, like the slowly being possessed. So the more foreboding. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's like he was different in this film, but the more I think about it, it actually goes perfectly correctly with what his character was about, as he was being slowly taken over by this entity that he had let into him through the Dark King's scepter and all. But yeah, very entertaining. Like I said, it was apparent that Amber Heard had a little bit less to do in this one than she did in the first film, but it was nothing. It's not a big complaint on my part. For good or ill, you get to see Dolph Lundgren's back, and you get to see him in there. What else? The ending where his baby, his son, is kidnapped. That's when things really get going there at the end. And it was because of whatever it is that I read online is what was keeping me on edge a little bit right at the end. Like, what's going to happen? What in the world is going to happen? Something bad's going to happen. I can feel it. But in the end, it wasn't anything terrible. It ends on this, I won't say inspirational, but this hopeful, optimistic note, and it has to do with the story of him and his brother again, and he's not going back to prison again. The whole part of the film where he goes and breaks out his brother, oh my goodness, it was hilarious to me. So many of the things between him and his brother I liked it. And if I had to give this movie a rating, what would I give it? I want to give it a 6. Again, 9, 10, that's reserved for only the best of the best. I'm not going to give it anything other than under a 5. Because I had too good a time at the movies is why I'm going to give it like a nice high rating, a nice 6. I like to keep talking about it and tell you everything that I saw, but that wouldn't be right. How can I make sure I get my full thoughts on this? I'm trying to think. I'll go back to what I mentioned about the pacing and how it's just one thing after another. and how maybe the film does get kind of presumptuous with, okay, we're going here, we're going here, we're going here. The way things are explained, you don't learn certain things until the ending. That maybe that can be kind of a gripe in terms of where is this stuff coming from? Because again, it's like there are so many ships, and there are so many designs of these creatures, and it's overwhelming. The first film was overwhelming in that regard. This one is too. It's like this really is a whole other world, and I'm trying to. It's this undersea world, and there's a history to it, and there are these historical grievances and past beefs and lost kingdoms and intrigue and crazy man Jason Momoa is the guy taking you through it. It is entertaining to me. It's entertaining. I enjoyed the film on that, but there was something I was trying to get something out about. Well, it's just the sequel. This is what I wanted to say. It's the fact that it's a sequel, and so they're assuming certain things, and I think it's like there was some part when they go to the island and you see a rat or a mouse as big as, how big was it? That's as big as a house, and then these huge cockroach slash crickets, grasshoppers, whatever they were, running down Jason Momoa and his brother. It was just insane. And then the metaphor that comes back at the end again, great, truly great kings build bridges. And it was just, nice touch there, because he actually ends up inadvertently making a bridge with that huge statue. It was maybe a little bit before or maybe slightly after that part of the movie where I was kind of fatigued by how much they assumed that we knew, and we had to keep going. There's a little bit of exposition from his brother after the knowledge of the past, the Lost Kingdom, was zapped into his brain when he held on to the forbidden scepter. I keep saying scepter. The trident, sorry. Trident. I think I said scepter earlier. But anyways, what else? Seems like I'm missing something that I wanted to say. Nah, I guess I've said everything, and I've ranted and raved and gone on long enough with this. I enjoyed the flick. Some of the criticism that I think it gets is not really warranted, because to me, the DC movies, I didn't see Black Adam. And this goes hand in hand with what I was saying a minute ago about just how, when I was a kid, to the extent that I was into comic books, it was a few more Marvel stories than DC. I was an X-Men kid, I guess you could say. And when I think about the grandeur of these huge worlds like Aquaman have shown in the DCE, some of the X-Men stuff, and maybe not so much the comic books, but the cinematic seems so tame. I mean, my favorite thing as far as film or cartoon like production of X-Men is the 90s animated series. I think the best thing that you can watch as far as X-Men goes is that series in the 90s. I loved it, and yeah, the first film, 2000, was great. Second one, very good enough sequel, and then it all just went to pieces. But thinking about the animated series for a second, when you get into the Shi'ar Empire and that whole struggle, what is it, season 3 or 4, whenever it was, all these far off world characters and stuff, that's as close as anything has gotten as far as what X-Men has gotten into as far as the stories you watch. And this film, Aquaman, and also Shazam, which I didn't give my thoughts, my review on that movie yet. I don't know if I will or not now. Maybe I'll go back and do it. But something in addition to all the stuff in the first film, the first Shazam movie, there are these secret doors that are like, I don't know if it was me or my sister or my mom had the same reaction when we got out of the theater from watching Shazam 2. All these secret doors to secret worlds and everything, and the grandeur of it, this never-ending magic stuff, and it is the magic factor that is the reason for it. This is like Harry Potter or something. This world, the Shazam world, is just one character in the DC universe, and it's so expansive. I'm like, and also the DCE, well, I'm sorry, Aquaman movies. This is a whole, like almost separate universe within this other universe, and it's kind of an overwhelming thing. And also the power of I mean, I didn't see I started to say this a second ago. I didn't see the Black Adam movie, but I watched one of these clips on YouTube where it's like the Justice Society, I think they're called, is going to try and catch Black Adam. And to see the way these characters, there's the black guy he's an owl or an eagle or something. He's getting knocked around by and he's knocking Black Adam around through the building and all this stuff and up into the sky and then crushed down on the ground and nothing hurts him. And it's like the power of these characters in the DC universe just seem. It's like nobody told me they are just powerful as all get out. I thought only Superman could do that kind of thing. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, oh, well, it's not actually that way. This movie exaggerated some things. Maybe, I don't know. But I was just thinking, when I watched that clip, I was like, so all the characters in the DC universe are like this? Where they can just get slammed through a brick building and just kind of, just shake it off. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And I don't know that, well, I won't even say that because it might detract away from something in this story. I hate the idea of not knowing what's going on with things happening so quick, and it's because of the CGI, special effects, computer special effects era in which we're living. I do wish these films had more practical effects, and so I guess that would be one nitpick. But something about the Aquaman movies almost covers for it in as much as it's the overwhelming ubiquity, is that the right word of it? It's like, because it's all underwater, it's one CGI fest from the start to the finish. I think even his burned up house was CGI. His dad's house, the Manta, after he hit him with his, snapped him with that thing and burned his house. I think even that was CGI. It happened so quickly. Didn't get a chance to look at it. But anyways, that's enough for now. I've said enough about this one movie, so let me just end on that note and say I enjoyed the film. I'll just say this: if you liked the first one, I would say watch this one as well, because it's a serviceable sequel in my opinion, and everything that I think would detract from that people say, oh well, this is the last of the movies that this particular crew, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Miller, all these people, that there's going to be a whole different set watching or making these films and starring as these characters in the future as they maybe seek to reboot it all one day or carry on with whichever Superman movie is coming next. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. I only watched this one. I should have said this also in this review. I didn't really want to see Shazam 2. I only watched it because it was my sister's birthday. I was going to take her out to see some flick, and I think the other thing she might have watched, I really didn't want to watch. And so I thought, if she suggests Shazam 2, then we'll just go with that, because I was actually done with superhero movies because it's just been so garbage and just not really worth the money. I'm not even going to say the time, the money, and spending up the whole day to go and see it, to go see something, except for this one. And it has to do with how much I enjoyed watching Aquaman 1 in the theater. For like 2 hours there, I was like, I wasn't in the theater. I was in the story.
that's what that one did for me, and also what this one did for me. Except for one point where I kind of like was thinking, you know what, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I've got to do stuff. There's the real world, and then I went back into the story, and all was well again. I was back in the fantasy. So there you go. I'll say this to end it. Even though there's only one show and it is on the digital screen, apart from the 3D, because the movie just hasn't done so bad. I mean, so well at all. I think it. I don't know if it's going to make back its budget or something. So it's not doing well as far as the money. But I'll just say this in its defense: if you enjoyed the first film and you thought it was fun, I believe you'll find this one to be fun, also. But if you're a hardcore DC fan and you're thinking, well, this and this and this and this and this here doesn't do justice to this character or the story, and what a way to go out and blah, 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 then obviously you'll have to go down that rabbit hole and not see it. But for me, I just enjoyed it. And who knows, maybe you'll enjoy it too if you watch it. I don't get the criticism, except for maybe it's I don't even want to entertain those thoughts. I don't want to entertain the particular criticism I might bring up about it, because it has to do with what other people think. This is just me giving my opinion. I had fun at the movies tonight. It was a nice little getaway from work, and it's the only thing I wanted to see. The only other movie that I think I want to see for sure at the theater coming up this year is going to be the Dune sequel, and that's gonna be it. Other things are popping up that maybe I could watch, but for sure, it's just that. And so I thought, you know what? Let me go and see this movie. It might be the last movie I watch for a while. So, anyways, I've been going on for way too long. 32 minutes. That's horrendous. Good night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, folks. Take care. All right. So, what did y'all think of it?
The guy should have been shot with us.
Huh?
I think the guy should have been shot with us.
Oh.
We should have seen it.
The guy should have been what?
Shown Atlantis.
Yeah, they should have shown him Atlantis. And weren't they? Was it Atlanta, or that was just a ship from Atlantis coming up?
Yeah, so much of it is there's so much spectacle, and there's so many designs and creatures and ships. I had no idea what's
like
going
the
on.
octopus, though. They could have done more with him. He was
Good me. Jason Momoa made it fun for sure.
There's part of the comic relief there. The semi.
Can't think of what you want to say.
I want to say this thing in here is about to be.
You know what? I was gonna take us to where I'm parked, but actually now I think I need to go back to that restroom.
What restroom's that?
The one in the yard that's always open.
Well, why don't you pull into any gas station around here and go to that?
I have to use truck stop bathrooms all the time.
Okay.
When I can, I will go to a familiar place.
Whatever you like.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, I guess he didn't stab Jason and Mamma Mia's dad hard enough because he didn't watch him down.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a bad thing. I thought he would
We can't have
killed
this. Everybody has
his,
to live. We can't have this downbeat. It's got to be upbeat. Don't know what they're doing, but we'll go.
Yeah, I think he had the right of way. I'm not sure.
He did have the right of way, but
He's
maybe
just
he's wanting to
he's
turn.
just
He's
sitting there. In the drive. Well, thank y'all for taking me and picking me up. And I like these midweek breaks. It almost never happens, but it beats just sitting in the truck those 3 hours. I would have read some of a book, but yeah, I wanted to see this anyways, since there's nothing else I really want to see. The book I'm reading. And
Yeah, that was good. It was better than Godzilla. I'm sorry. Godzilla was...
you liked it better than Godzilla?
Yes. I had to read subtitles and falling asleep.
Yeah, but this is amazing. You did so much manual labor today, and you didn't fall asleep, and you wouldn't be quiet before the movie started either.
I enjoyed
All through
that
the
so
trailer.
much. I was bugging both of y'all, and I was enjoying it so much. Look, I was thinking I need to take this movie and do some clips and put some memes with it, because there were so many things that were like, I leaned over and told David. First of all, when they had the advertisements, and I leaned over and told David, and then I told you. I said, I knew there was going to be a Mad Max. Because it's just the same. I don't know if the same person.
I mean, this is sick to me. I mean, it's so sick.
What?
The visuals, the cinematography, that was beautiful. But that's not Mad Max. It's a prequel about a character that a lot of people didn't really approve of.
It's the Mad Max genre is what I'm trying to say. I can see, but I'm like, that's Mad Max. And Mad Max was made over 40 years ago.
Exactly. And it's like, don't call it Mad Max. It's not Mad Max.
79.
It's Furiosa. And of course, what's his name? Hemsworth got to be up in there.
Who?
Chris Hemsworth. I saw him in
Yes.
Is that just like a main character? Or he's just...
I have no idea. I'm probably not going to watch it. I saw that movie, Fury Road, at the movie theater back when I was on my kitsch of I want to watch movies and review them and stuff. And this looks like maybe it'll be fun, even though I don't remember watching any of the Mad Max movies. Y'all weren't really into those. And it had Tom Hardy instead of Mel Gibson, and it just seemed like I had enough fun with it as a movie theater experience, but so many people that you see online, it's like, it's not Mad Max. It's not Mad Max. Don't give us a story about a bunch of pregnant women trying to escape this guy, and there's Tom Hardy. Anyways. So you liked it better than Godzilla Minus One?
I think I liked it better than Aquaman 1.
You only saw that like once, unless I've been watching my DVD at home.
I didn't have it again. I just like the record.
I definitely like Godzilla -1 as a movie better than that, but it's still a lot of fun.
So is this other Godzilla movie, like Godzilla and King Kong against another?
This is what I started to say was amazing.
Is that baby King Kong?
This is what I started to say was amazing, that within like a 6-month time period, there's 3 Godzilla things. There's a show that I haven't watched and probably won't watch. It's Monarch. It's all about monsters and stuff, and eventually you get around to Godzilla. People who are reviewing it that I listen to aren't really thrilled about it. It's a lot of feminist girl power propaganda, and then you finally get into some monsters at some point. Anyway, then there's Godzilla -1, which was a very good movie, and now you got more of the Americanized Kong and Godzilla stuff with that same woman from.
Oh, is that a different maker?
What do you mean?
It's a different Godzilla.
That's not.
You're talking about the 3 different Godzillas and one.
The 3 different Godzilla.
That's not the same people making this.
No. Toho made Godzilla -1, I believe, an actual Japanese production, and I'm thinking it's the same people that made Godzilla Kong that are going to be making this thing. It might be some good. I just don't have the same. I don't like that stuff as much as I like, for instance, Godzilla -1. You know.
Oh, buddy.
It's like this movie, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. So, I started to say this a minute ago, so many designs and stuff happening, all these
When he got
ships
pulled
and
down through that one thing, though, at the
convolutedness
beginning,
just
that
won't
was
end.
different. I told David, I said, where's Spock at when you need him? It looked just like that to be on, was it the first Star Trek?
When they did
There was one,
yeah,
when he got
that creature out in the
pulled.
ice, yeah.
I thought, where's Spock when you need him? Help him out of the situation.
I thought Spock put him in that situation in that movie.
I'm talking about the old Spock.
Oh,
Was there to help him when the monster was after him. When he got pulled up into the thing.
right about the time. No sooner than I said, you know
What
what?
kind of powers do these ocean people have? It's like
I don't know. I didn't want
like
to.
Superman, but in the water and out of the water. They're just as strong.
Exactly. I didn't.
I like the thing with the baby though, and the baby was like,
Oh,
put
yeah.
out my vibe. Hey, Daddy, I'm right here.
peeing on him and
No, I'm talking about the vibe thing. Not the peeing on him.
well,
That's
I didn't want to agree.
Some children wrote this thing. I know the eating the roach and the pee thing. It's got to be some 12-year-old comment. They're like, yeah, let's go with that.
This is supposed to be the last of these DCEU movies.
It was
And-
funny when he said, was that pee? Another thing.
Pee.
Under the water it's supposed to be. I'm
Um,
like, how do you get peed on under the water? Come on. Maybe when I get confused of when they're under the water and when they're not.
That's what I started to say a minute ago. I didn't want to agree with James Cameron because he's an actual ocean. He's like an ocean explorer, real world, and he was always like, I can't get into this movie. How do they swim? Do they really have teeny? He can't. The maker of the Terminator can't bend his suspend. He can't suspend his belief and imagination long enough to get into this fantasy world, like because
It's not real.
it's not real. And right about the time I said, you know what, Willem Dafoe and Nicole Kidman would make this better, she showed up in it, so that was good.
They had to get up.
Yeah,
William
had to come up with some excuse. He was
What was Willem Dafoe?
in the first movie. He was his wasn't he his like his mentor, and
Oh, yeah.
showed him who he was as far as the ocean part. I like the back and forth those two have, the brothers. But I was seriously thinking, you know what, maybe something bad's about to happen, something you don't want to happen at the end there. But it's kind of crazy that as dark and dreary as some of the stories are the DC movies, DC stories. Both of these Aquaman movies have ended on like an optimistic, hopeful note.
Nobody gets killed that you don't want to get killed. That's the kind of movie that you like. It's gonna be fantasy. You might as well make it fun. I don't want to be all depressed at the end of the movie. Why did I watch that?
Well, something I didn't want anything spoiled. That's why I really like going into this stuff cold. But I thought I read somebody, maybe some comment said, "Oh, I actually kind of enjoyed it, except for this thing that happened at the end, like somebody, like an assassin or something. Somebody kills somebody unexpectedly or something. Like it's a bummer."
I just knew the poor old doc was going to get killed. They always kill the old scientists off.
Yeah, I thought he's going to have to, like, this is like his comeuppance for going along with it for
He
as
had
long
to
as
be
he
able
did
to
or something
say,
like that.
"Oh man, this is so neat. I thought I'd be able to see and document."
Yeah, but no, he made it out, and he was he the. Do you remember the Ant-Man movies?
I do.
Huh?
I do. Your mother does.
I know.
Was he
the bee, Ant-Man and the bee?
Ant-Man and the Wasp, not
The
Ant-Man
Wasp. Well,
and
anyway,
the Bee.
something flying insects.
Was he the guy, the scientist who was afraid, rightly so, that Manto was going to kill him if he tried to run away from the project instead of being his scientist stooge, helping him get everything done?
The way these always play
Was he-
is it's either when the scientist really realizes what's going on, they're all, "Oh yeah, I'm for it," or all they're kind of like, "How am I going to be able to figure out how to get out of
How
here?"
do I escape
or help
this
out
madman?
Or something.
How do I escape this madman?
Yeah. I knew when he fronted him like that, the guy was going to be like, "Oh, so it's right out in the open now. I have no choice but to stay here. You will let me die or kill me."
What I was going to ask was he the lead FBI agent guy in the Marvel movies and the Ant-Man movies? I think that's the same guy.
Might be.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah, in the Ant-Man,
I know it would
the
always close
agent
up
man,
on him,
I
and I'd be
think
like,
that-
"Why is one of his eyes winning more than the other one?" It's
What are you
just
talking
like,
about? The scientist guy?
Scientist.
Do I know? Do I know these things?
No, I just said,
It's not.
was that a look that they were looking for?
All I know is, in my nitpicky way, there are several things I wish things had been allowed to breathe a little more.
Breathe a little more.
Yeah, a few more close up on the eyes, and so like before the guy, when the guy lets go and he says, "Never," and then he just lets himself fall. Like that could have been a little bit more, like right up on him, get the emotion or the hatred, whichever. Well, yeah. Because if his dad had died, I don't think he would have been reaching out for to try and extend the hand to him that time. If Django Fett had died.
So Dolph Lundgren is the king.
Got to see Dolph again. That was one thing good.
It's like, he reminded me. You know who it made me think of?
Who?
I didn't know it was Dolph Lundgren.
You didn't realize that was Dolph Lundgren the whole time?
It made me think of
He was in the first one?
Chris Christopherson.
Oh dear.
You ever seen him?
I'm trying to think of who that is. By the way, just so you know, that stupid Old Spice commercial with the spray, and the guy's like, "Did you put on your underarm deodorant?" And the guy's like, "Of course I did." That's supposed to be like a young Dolph Lundgren.
I get it. It's just.
With horrible CGI young face.
Yeah, I mean, it's like about the Rocky movie, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking it must be.
I mean, that was the Wookiee hair. Like that hair.
With the spiky hair on.
It just seemed to be a mannish humor.
What'd you say, John Rice, whatever Davies?
John Rhys Davis, did he do a
John
voice?
Rhys Davies. Who
That
is
was
he?
the crab guy that got his nickname.
Oh,
He's the
wow.
crab guy. Welsh actor.
Candy, what would you think if I told you that in that Indiana Jones movie that I'm not going to watch, the latest one, Sala, John Reed's dead? I'm not watching that junk ever. Are you?
Another one?
The latest? You didn't know there's a new Indiana Jones?
I thought I heard it, but
Oh, well, I'm ruining
it's
your
like
brain.
1,000 years old.
Exactly, and nobody wanted this, but they made this movie, and I'm not
He
watching it.
shouldn't be allowed
And
to
apparently,
make these movies because of his attitude about Han Solo.
amen.
About
And
what?
his attitude about Han Solo. Oh, I don't know if I want to go that far with you. I like
What has he ever played that is
Attitude about what?
Han Solo.
Oh.
He always wanted him killed off. You didn't think he was a good actor in, say, The Fugitive? Breaking down over his wife dying and stuff? Being killed? Harrison Ford.
I've never been overly.
I'm trying to figure out who John Rhys Davis is.
Do you remember
He's on
who?
everything.
You know who Sala was in the Indiana Jones
They
movies?
just said Sala, but I don't.
Anyway, Candy, Sala is living in New York as a cab driver.
He's followed Solo.
Exactly. Why? And it's like he's in the movie for like 5 minutes, they say. Again, I ain't watching it. I had my last good Indiana Jones movie when I took all my young cousins out, like 9 or 10 of them, however many there were, to watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in like 2009 or whatever.
I thought you didn't like it.
It's okay. It's not. The trilogy is what's in my heart, and all that. But it was okay. I didn't think I'd like. Come on. Shia LaBeouf, but I ended up liking his character. Oh, to tell you what a horrible movie it is, in the story apparently, you know what's become of him?
We haven't seen it.
Exactly, yeah. He volunteers for Vietnam, and it's KIA.
That was like even further in the back.
Yeah, even further into the past. Yeah, from the.
Working in CGI art is pretty hard.
Yeah. They made him look younger apparently, and yet horrible, odd looking. But they didn't change his old man voice while they were at it.
What movie were you asking about?
So that apparently he's old man Ford voice in a supposedly 40-year-old Harrison Ford body. It didn't. Again, I haven't seen it, but people complain about it, and I enjoy listening to them complain more than watching these movies.
What movie you asking about? Was it him?
I was asking, is that scientist who kept saying, what was the word he kept saying? Astounding? Is that what he kept saying?
Yeah, I think it's down in
At the end.
at the end. Before that, he was saying he was.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times he said
Wanting to.
astounding. I want to know, wasn't he the FBI agent in Ant-Man and the Wasp? I think that's him.
Let's see.
Because I remember him from somewhere. I just can't remember when.
Yeah, it says here he was Jimmy Woo in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
There you go.
Jimmy Woo, whoever that was. And then. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania.
I'm glad I didn't watch that one also. That's another quiver in my belt, as I call it. Well, I got to think of a better name. What would I call a list of movies that I deliberately did not watch and so save money on? Because I know it's going to be either bad or filled with a bunch of propaganda. Which even Aquaman let me down. Even at the very end, it's got to be all about we were destroying the world anyway. We just sped up the process. Global warming. Hooah.
It's called murder, okay? When you say, well, Granny probably only had a few days left to live, so I put a pillow over her face. I just spit out the problem. I'm like, no, it's called murder. When you jump in there and make things happen faster. Because you don't know something might have helped happen, and they made some special something, and Granny lived another 20 years, so you don't know these things. Randall Park is his name. And I was trying to see, he's also in.
Well, that's kind of a neat. Thinking of the cockroach thing.
I couldn't look at that. I knew it was going to happen, and I just said,
Hey,
I said no. I'm
do you
not gonna
remember
watch him eat this?
when he had her eat flowers in the first movie?
Flowers, a cockroach. Come on, come on.
People eat roaches.
Not me. And it was so big, like Jason Momoa didn't say anything about how huge it was. And then when they got in there, they saw those huge butterflies. But they were made big by all those, that thing, whatever, I guess.
It's a CGI bug. I like that dude who played his brother in
Los Angeles.
pretty much everything I've ever seen him in. I never saw those Insidious movies. They're supposed to be scary.
Well, thank you, David. It's fine. Eat all the popcorn. There's some good popcorn when it gets. No, wait, no.
I put a little bit of butter on it just to get you started. And then
more.
I for sure would have had to go to the bathroom if I'd had a full soda. And I hate that. I already missed the first 3 or 4 minutes of Godzilla. I wasn't going to miss none of this movie. Because I wanted to go see this because this is pretty much the only thing I'm interested in seeing for the next few months.
We still haven't seen,
Well, I take it back. Would y'all watch The Beekeeper?
Kennywood.
You take
All he does is kill people. He doesn't even have any redeeming quality,
and
you
not
know?
in like a humane way.
Yeah.
It's rated R. This is a rated R flick.
Gleefully. Well,
Cutting somebody's hand off and it's pushed them. That's disgusting.
you don't have to do it. You wouldn't have to push me off because I just pass out.
may be- it may be-
If you have to kill somebody, just shoot them in the head or something.
Well, maybe I should
You
go.
have to do it because you're forced to.
I guess I should go see that one by myself. But what do you think of the Bob Marley movie?
It was halfway, maybe doable. It looks like a lot of hype and maybe not true to history. I don't know.
Yeah, why are people shooting at him?
I mean, that could be
Maybe we'll
possible.
find out if we watch the movie. What was his attempt on his life about? Rival musicians gone too far? I don't know.
Now, the one where they got the guy that wants to be the 13th apostle, that just
Sounds like some blasphemous stuff right there.
That's just blasphemous.
The one, Candy, I tell you what, she wouldn't quit with the commenting on
important thing to
everything.
say.
But when she said, I gotta give it to her, Candy, when she said, he just said me things. Is he a Brit? I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
The black
Because
guy that's supposed to be Marley?
If
He's supposed to be from Jamaica or something? Or what's he? He's like, and he goes, the way he said it was, I'm like, is he a Brit?
well, when did
I don't know, I think
Jamaica
Brit.
cease to be a British whatever?
Well, we're a British whatever. That doesn't mean we speak like that.
I'm sure there's still.
We're
We're
a British whatever.
I'm sure there's stuff that
But
came
we're
down
not,
the pike
or
that
Scottish
still
whatever. Well,
still
Dad,
hold on
the
to.
listeners are from England.
I didn't
I'm
even
like,
see a trailer for Dune. That's the only thing I know for sure I would like to see at the theater.
I still want to see Mission Impossible. We missed it in the summer. I bet it's on Prime. I'd have to buy it on Prime and watch it.
What?
Mission Impossible.
Did we miss Mission Impossible?
Yep.
We didn't see
So,
the newest
no,
Mission
missed it.
Impossible. No.
How did that happen?
The one in
I don't know.
because when it was happening and everything, we just didn't have
Just couldn't make it.
Have our
time
wherewithal.
to fit it in. Because we
You
talked
don't
about
I know Mama don't want to see it, but you don't want to see the boys in the boat.
the what?
I could watch it, but
The who?
more.
Maybe y'all could take
That's
me to
because
see
of
that.
the producer.
I like to. I want to make sure I see
Well,
stuff
hopefully
that
he's like
goes
not like narrating the
boom, boom, boom. I want my big spectacle
it
stuff
might
at the
be
theater.
good.
But
But it looks like a good period piece. It looks like they've done a good job of making
who is the
them look
producer
like-
that you don't like?
George Clooney. She doesn't like it.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, we can't go see it then. just like we can't vote for Ramaswamy, mommy.
Ramaswamy woman.
Because-
Taking my meat.
Because it's
What?
gonna take the meat away.
What'd you say?
And I only just started. And I only.
You hear that? Can you believe she
I
said
only
that?
just
You can vote
started-
for whoever you want to. What kind of person
I
is
only
she?
just started this
My
carnivore
mom looked
diet.
at me and said, "You better vote Democrat." I know.
I only just started this carnivore diet that's sending me to the restroom again.
Well, once you're like really on it, you hardly ever go.
I'm afraid
every
the
third.
amount of diet Pepsi might be affecting me that I drink.
Yeah, try not to do the diet so much. Do the water.
I normally sip my water each day in the truck until it's time to eat something, and then after that I soda or maybe my diet tea for the rest of the time. I was about to say something, I can't remember what, y'all.
Oh, that's.
Oh
fine.
yeah. I give him
Never heard
I give him this. That guy who's gonna be in the Boys in the Boat thing. He look at you see his face. This is not the first time. It's like he really becomes as much as he can. Whoever it is, he's.
Who?
I didn't even see that movie where it's like I don't know his name, but he's in a hat.
What are you talking about?
The Boys in the Boat. I didn't even see the trailer, but that image of him, he's in a hat.
Ooh.
I don't know, Mama. I don't know his name. I'm just trying to say to you.
You'll have to give us a picture and give more information.
You know what? Since I'm getting attitude about this, here we go.
Was in the boat.
He's the guy-
I'm trying
he's-
to find Randall Park.
he's-
Mentioning a person.
He's
You don't know who you're talking about. And
Well,
referencing something we
you're
don't know
about
who you're
to. You're about to because you had to go
no.
because you had to raise your voice.
because you were
Here,
getting that. You wouldn't
here it comes. Time to get nasty. Here it comes.
Bring it on, buddy.
The Green Knight.
Oh, well, we didn't like that movie anyway.
The guy in the Gothic house who basically insinuated some, I don't know, kind of same-sex I like you vibes. That actor. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
I don't
Please
know which one
don't
that
bring
was.
to recollection. Like that.
I told you. You forced my hand. That's the
That
actor
still
I'm
doesn't
talking
have-
about.
That doesn't
We still
have
don't
to
know who he
define- I don't
is.
know who this person is because
You have the internet in the palm of your hand.
yes.
The memories will flow with
But
one
I
image of
can't
one
chance-
face. Your mom's on it right now.
I can't chance seeing something that would
Trigger your
make me
emotional state.
remember something about that movie other than it was stupid.
And I think he was in that boxing movie with Tom Hardy that I never saw.
What's the name of that dumb movie?
The Green Knight. All I'm saying is, whoever that guy is, he's a good.
Is he
I
also?
don't even know if I can trust you because whoever that guy is, like, if you can see him in a movie, you're not.
Yeah.
I'm
are
just
you sure?
asking you.
Thank y'all so much for coming to get me. Sorry, things had to
Asking you, is he
end in
also
this sour
in the
note.
new movie with the bow?
Yeah, he's in this
Okay,
hat.
well, this is the Green Knight. See if you can find
That's
the cast.
That's him, Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
And now he's
Go to
about
his
to be
filmography or whatever.
Well, I don't even know if I can watch it now.
Joel Edgerton. And I
Anybody
just
associated with that movie, we never want to see again.
okay. Warrior was the one who was with the boxing with Tom Hardy. Da, 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 da. Come on, you. I thought that was him. Was that not him? Okay,
What's his name?
Joel Edgerton, IMDb. And now we're gonna look
Yeah, but
this up.
IMDb wants you to join or some junk. I don't not join IMDb.
You go down to his actor credits. The Boys in the Boat. He was in The Green Knight. There you go. Now, The Boys in the Boat, if there's any photo of him in a hat, I'm just saying, he so must look like, whoever it is that he's playing, because I tell you what, I never even saw this movie, but there was a film about...
What about
It was
the
like...
guy that played Aquaman's brother? I forget who he is.
Uh-huh.
I just know him from all kind of movies. What'd you think about his skinniness self? Is that CGI?
I'm sure it was, because he didn't seem near as skinny after he... I can't...
Yeah, but even
I
after
can't look at this
his
right
face
now.
was really thin.
Yeah, your phone
Now,
is...
his body wasn't looking at.
Your phone is way too slow, and so we'll have to continue this conversation some other time.
So is this the guy you want to ask me? Tell me. Joel Edgerton?
Yeah, all I started to say was he does a good job of trying to look like and sound like whoever in the world he's trying to portray from history. There was some movie where he had married, or whoever he's portraying it had married some black lady, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the politician's like, "No, we got to outlaw this," and it's actually a historical thing about marriage certificates and where it all came from, and it looked interesting, and I never saw it. Huh? Yeah. Like, what's up with that? Like, the way they registered or something. Anyway, hopefully I will see you all by about noon tomorrow, I hope.
So, baby.
If everything goes all well. So, y'all have a good night, and y'all drive safe.